Hey, everybody, to the latest edition of Schmoedown Night in Canada. This is going to be the only edition this week because we don't have any pay-per-views to cover. So we brought in myself, Soda, Red, Big Fudge Rainer, and our resident L, Snarkiness. Snark, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Legally have changed my name to
That's right.
Community Chess Jones.
Yep. I couldn't think of anything for my name. I couldn't think of anything clever. The only thing I could think of was the name of the video. Will the real boss baby please stand up? And I almost added another please stand up, like the Slim Shady song.
Griffey Nooms had a couple of good ones in there.
Oh yeah. Griffey Nooms is probably one of the funniest competitors around right now.
I freaking love him. I think he's great.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Do you think he had top 5 character?
Oh yeah, for sure. I put him top 5 character, new character. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sure. All those Finstock guys. The Finstock exchange nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And I remember sitting there. It's like, why do I recognize this name? And then I remembered, he was on the Tick and he came in and did a Collider Live episode. He played Albert on the Tick. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. This is like, okay, now, okay. But yeah, anyways, we had 3 great matches this week. We had in the in Enter Geekdom in the first match, it was Greg Idris Elba versus the Saul Show himself, Saul, in what was ouch for Elba, I guess. And the Merc.
He considers it that though. He's more like,
no, he doesn't consider it because he's like he said, he's just here to have fun. But yeah, he got KO'd hardcore.
Yeah, it was ugly.
Yeah,
do you have the score, Ben?
Yeah, the final score was what was it?
Was it 22?
9-22.
Yeah, 22.
Wow. Yeah, that's like ouch. That was rough.
That reminds me of who was it? Snyder versus Belter? Like way back when.
Oh no, I did watch that one. That wasn't that high scoring of a game. That was more like Kalinowski Makuga.
Okay.
Yeah, like that was a dismantling. What did you guys Snark, what did you think of the match?
Well, for an Inner Geekdom match, usually, Inner Geekdom guys should know their shit. There should rarely ever be a knockout. And he's done it to both of these guys. Really.
Yeah.
To both real. It's like the real rejects used to steal his lunch money or something. He's coming to get revenge on them. And he came in hard friggin' core, too. Like, if someone was to say to me, you know what? Saul breathes fire, I'd say, hey, he breathes fire. I fucking believe that.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, he's a little intense, that guy. Like I told him the only time I ever talked to him was like, dude, I'm intimidated by you. I may be bigger than you, but I'm intimidated by you.
He does it while wearing a cardigan and a tie.
Yeah.
It's friggin' impressive.
He does have that Conor McGregor vibe.
And he knows his Batman.
No kidding, yeah.
It's like, holy shit, I did not see that coming.
Yeah. It was refreshing. Everybody's like, spent something is like, oh geez, I wonder what it'll take.
Not him.
I like some of the ones up on the board, maybe even more. Well, we could try this one. This one was like, nope, fucking Batman. I'm taking Batman. That's it.
Yeah, at this point, it's just like he's a vehicle with the brakes are cut. He's gonna slow down when he stops.
Well, let me ask you guys this: does he have it in him to be in a S tier? To be that top level?
God, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he does. I think he's got it in him. Now, if he can do it, that's, we'll have to wait and see there, but I think he's got it in him.
Then he beat like a Chandra or Mara.
I was thinking about if he met Chandra too. Against Greg, he's going to get away with that bit or whatever where he gets flustered after he got it wrong and he's so mad at himself and he's pacing around and throwing his water ball and stuff. He would not get away with that from Chandru. Chandru would be on him.
That's true. That Chandru is a totally different character.
He's got to. If he ever gets to that level against Chandru, someone like that, you got to play cool. Mike Kalinowski would kill him just by doing that. You got to just play it cool and stuff like that. You're intimidating as you are. Just stare at the goddamn camera and not give a shit. Just look through the frigging guy because I was seriously, when I go to bed tonight, I'm looking under it for Saul.
Yeah, the truth, he is a scary individual in real life too. Like, at the time I talked to him on Speaking of Schmoedown, it was like I couldn't separate the character from the guy.
Right.
It's funny because when we first heard the song, I'm glad of that. None of us thought he would look like the way he
No.
looked like.
Oh, man.
Did you ever see the picture of him without the beard?
You
No.
look adorable.
Okay, when you get a chance, Ben, message Jay Wade and see if he still has it. Because when I was on that episode, that's the thumbnail picture he used for Saul, was the one of him, like, short hair, no beard. It looks nothing like him. Like, you can tell the similar head shape, but it's like, that's not Saul. That's not Saul.
Interesting.
Yeah. And also, he is the purveyor of the immortal line, son of a bitch, the dog got the bacon.
Yep.
Yeah. Who knew that guy would be this guy?
Not me. I mean, when I heard his voice, I've been picturing somebody from like the fucking Sopranos.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not right. Now he looks like a hippie mafia person.
Yeah. Okay. Why not?
Why not? And yeah, honestly, the knockout, it's funny because if you watch how the match started, Alba actually took a short lead over Saul at one point.
Yeah, you got that one question wrong. It's like the third question of the match or something like that. Saul got wrong or whatever, and then Alba kept tripping over his own feet, I guess.
Yeah, and he did not have great luck when it came to the wheel. That's for sure.
No.
And so Ben, take us through what you wrote down for the episode. What are some of the highlights you have written down?
Yeah, I mainly have a point, but so I had Batman and Greg had Jurassic Park. Round one, I mean, it was a pretty boring match because it was only 2 rounds.
Right.
That's true. And a lot of the good parts comes from Alba's, I don't want to say aloofness, but carefree attitude.
Do you guys think Alba still has it in him to be in the Schmoedown?
Yeah, I think he does if he commits himself fully to it. But I mean, like right now, he said he's just here to have fun, and I mean, you never know when he could pull out the win, right?
Okay.
What about you, Stuart? What do you think about that?
I think the Schmoedown needs their ham and eggers too. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
They need workers.
Yeah, they need the jobbers.
Yeah. It's like you can't have 5-star matches all the time. You got to get some people. You have to be the fodder sometimes. The up and coming guys. Yeah. You have to look against an established guy. That's fine.
Exactly. Like when it's the old wrestling mentality. It's like when you're trying to build up like a dominating presence, you feed them a bunch of jobbers so you can show to the audience this is who this guy is. Like he's gonna be here and he's gonna wreck some shit up. So yeah, I agree with you. They do need those ham and eggers. Because there's no point. There's honestly, if they were to all go, I wouldn't see a point in the league.
No.
Greg, the new Makuga. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say the real rejects are definitely the heir apparent to Makuga. And that's right. Yeah, that's 2 back-to-back Merc knockouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had written that down as a point. I didn't even realize that 2 weeks in a row we have had a knockout in the Schmoedown.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But the first week it was and this week. No, yeah,
it was against the Merc as well.
I'm Friday Brain. Hashtag Friday Brain.
Yeah, we should definitely. I think we should adapt that hashtag, don't you, Ben?
Yep.
Instead of top heavy, right? They're so top heavy. Is it just a matter of do these guys don't study together? Is it just because of busy schedules and stuff?
Probably that, because yeah, that's what he said. Is he didn't really study for this. I wouldn't doubt it because I have heard they are very busy gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see a place for them moving forward in a league like this. If it's going to continue on where faction points are so important, you can't afford to have someone get 4 points from you and also you have to drop one.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, I think I told you. Maybe they just need to go to the FCL for a little tune-up.
Maybe, but to be honest, I could see them if they don't get drafted, if they end up getting into the FCL. Like I could see them saying, you know what, we're done.
Yeah, I don't see them dropping down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not both of them. I can definitely like one of them maybe, but I honestly I could see Alba sticking more than Humphreys.
I think Alba showing up for things. You know what? Like a free for all. Throw him out there. It's a surprise. It's like, oh my God, that's Greg Alba's that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, on the flip side of the coin, like we do know Humphreys can do it because after all, he is the very first free for all MVP. So we know he has it in him, but it's just as their time passed.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. So you guys don't think they're going to be in the league next year? I can honestly see them not being there.
I can see what you said. The league needs those funny team to balance it out. So if it's not them, who is it?
I don't know. Like we do have enough great personalities, but a lot of them are, players that win.
Yeah, maybe McCoon comes back.
I don't honestly. With everything he's doing right now, I honestly think Makuga is 100% done.
Yeah,
because he's got the new baby, he's got the new company with Riley and Knapsack that's going on. Yeah,
good on him.
Very much so. Very good on him. Have you guys ever watched any of their stuff? It's pretty good.
Come on.
Yeah.
I like the Josh Pretty bits.
Oh, Josh Pretty is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So the second match of the week was our first singles match.
Right.
And you gotta remember, it was this was Jacoby Bancroft versus Griffin Newman, correct?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? This was one of those matches that I honestly didn't even realize was coming up. Who'd you have going in? What'd you think?
Well, they came. Sorry, go ahead.
No, after you.
Going in, these guys were pretty goddamn similar, so you'd think, right?
Mm-hmm.
They both had pretty impressive opening matches and stuff like that. I was cheering, for Griffey Nooms. I just think the character is friggin' awesome. But Bancroft showed well in his tag match with Janine. He showed well.
Yeah, and same with his first match, his first singles match as well.
Yeah, it was a toss up for him.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. It definitely was a toss up. I didn't have one horse in it either way because there was no dungeon people playing. What about you, Ben?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. They seem similar, and judging by each round by round, they were pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I say?
Go ahead.
Round one, they both got 9. They both got perfect round, and they both got the bonus. Round 2, Jacoby got animated, and Neiman got disaster movies.
And Bancroft spun away from disaster movies.
Oh, I missed that part. And the score was 18-15. First name pretty even, a little ahead, but pretty even. And round 3 is 23-22.
Yeah.
With Newman pulling out the win.
Yeah, and Bancroft fought his way back because he was in TKO territory.
Yeah.
He fought his way back, and he made him answer a question, so he saved that point. This was a good match.
Great.
To be honest, I think this was the best match of the week.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Like, not to take anything away from the other ones, but this one was more competitive.
Yep.
This one was more competitive because they were on equal footing, and that makes sense.
Agreed. Yeah. And as we've seen once again, Griffey Nooms is definitely the love child of Dagnino.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And then Ranger is his love child in another city.
Okay, you mean no child of Dagnino and who else? No.
Tiffany. For you old Schmo fans.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I like that.
That's a callback.
I like that.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah. I rest my case.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, any highlights in the match for you?
There was lots. Just Newman just that is so quick and stuff like that. Coming up with some that opening bit or whatever, talking about how he was congratulating Jacoby for getting married and stuff like that, and then talking about how he had to go through the last 16 months by himself, violently single.
I sympathize with Griffey Noobs on that one. I am 33 years single.
Oh my goodness.
No, I've had girlfriends in between there.
Violently single would be a great nickname if he ever drops it downtown. The violently single Griffin Newmans. He also had diarrhea chest as well. So between the two, if you're going to be called, okay, let's call you. Okay, here comes Soda's new nickname.
Okay.
Should you be called Diarrhea Chest Soda or Violently Single Soda? Violently Single rolls out the tongue.
I would go with Violently Single because that's more accurate.
It's a bizarre thing, a diarrhea chest.
Yeah, and I love how that became a bit in the interview afterwards where Jen started scolding him for that. He's like, I'm not going to talk about diarrhea.
No more poop talk.
I'm not going to lie. I think that post-match interview was one of my favorite Dagnino and Jen ones.
Yeah.
The one that made me laugh the most, like in recent memory.
That's some of the best stuff that they've done with Jen since Team Action days. I think.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of that is just they're missing the in-person interaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great post-match interview.
Yeah. What do you think of okay, so the match is over and Jacoby Bancroft is being interviewed.
Yeah.
And he's still considering himself a teammate with Janine. Do you think Janine is better off with him or with Snyder?
I think Janine, that's a tough one. Now, here's the thing. I think this might have been filmed before that match went down. I really do, because I've been hearing a lot of these matches are taped far in advance.
For sure. But do you think it adds to there's some way they could add to story?
Maybe.
If they didn't edit that bit out, can they talk about maybe there's some friction between Jacoby and Snyder?
You could. Like, there definitely are ways you could do that. But when it comes to who's better suited for her, I think Snyder.
Yeah,
because her and Jacoby are both well rounded. Whereas Snyder, what gaps he has, Janine fills them very, very well.
Yeah.
You know, we need to bring you on the show sometime, man. You're always so good in the comments. And yeah, last place, 6 matches lost in a row. Do you think the Stars can come back from that? They haven't exactly had the best year.
Nope.
No,
because they lost the Star Wars belt. They lost Draco, and then they lost the team's title. They're dead last right now. Like, it's not looking good for them.
No, they're dead in the water. The Mercs look like they're just barely keeping their heads up. Who else? The usual suspects again are struggling. It's going to be and to be fair, even the Swag is not having been looking
Swag,
good.
I'm surprised at, because it's more or less the same lineup as last year.
And strange wins, but they've been top matches like Oyama and Ethan Irwin. Like Oyama's going to lose to Ethan. You know, that's a coin toss kind of match as well, like that. But those are the kind of matches you have to win if you want to get points.
Agreed. Yeah, you have to win the high profile matches, and it seems like we get a lot of them nowadays. But yeah, Goy, like as of this is yesterday's standings. This is not taking account of what today is. The Stars have 11 total points, tied with the Suspects.
Right.
Yeah, but the Stars have more losses.
Yeah,
11 losses.
Yeah.
The Mercs, they have 10 losses, but the reason they're up there is because they won the team's title, and they have the Star Wars title.
Who's number one? Is it the Dungeon?
It's still Dungeon. Yeah. It's still Dungeon. They are 9 points ahead of Finstock Exchange, which is taking into account yesterday's match.
It's scary when you think one of the best players of the Dungeon isn't even playing this year.
But it looks like he's already starting his training.
Oh.
Whew, which is scary. But I want to throw this out. Dungeon may be in the lead in points by 9, but the Finstock Exchange has the most wins and the least losses.
Who has more matches coming up? Do we know?
Not off the top of my head. I'm just on the team standings Twitter, so it doesn't give me that. It just has the point standings. But think about that. If Dan didn't win the title, there's a good chance Finstock Exchange would be number 1 right now.
That's the problem with drafting as many rookies as they did. They're getting the wins and stuff like that. Yeah. Dungeon got the high-profile guys, the guys that are going to go after and win championships.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's very much a catch-22 in a way because, you could get your high-profile guys, know you're going to get a lot of points from title matches and stuff, but then conversely, you draft a lot of rookies, and then you're going to get your points from those matches.
Yeah.
I like Dagnino's strategy in that sense. Get as much points as possible through matches.
And sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to be interested to see in the tournament season how many high-profile players are eligible to play from the dungeon.
Right.
Bateman.
Yeah, Bateman's. Well, let's bring up the rosters. Schmoedown live.
For singles. Oof. Yeah, that's the problem. That's another thing. You start winning the championships early in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't put someone like Dan into the tournament or something, right?
No.
Let's see the dungeons.
I guess.
You could put Bateman. You could put Video Drew. They do have Whitney. They need to update this because Jericho's still listed on there.
Right.
But those are really the 3 that you could put in and be not be worried. Or Bateman.
Who did they pick from the FCL?
Did they pick? I don't.
They did. I think they got David Del Rio.
Well, David Del Rio, yeah, that's right. They ended up picking him. I was surprised when he got dropped. I was like, okay, maybe he can't participate, but hey, then. Sorry, I got to go back to Twitter for a second.
Yeah. For the single, Video Drew can hold her own too.
Yeah, and she's just getting better and better the more she plays.
You can have all the confidence in Drew going through as well. The corruption is so much. For the tag tournament, who's the Star Wars guy for corruption?
Star Wars guy for corruption is Joseph Scrimshaw.
Oh yeah, they have Scrimshaw.
And they also have it's Scrimshaw and Sully.
And Sully.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, are they doing another Star Wars tournament this year?
Yeah. They're every division's gonna have a full blown tournament this year. Jesus, when was that? That was last week. That was the draft.
Yep.
Jeez.
Well, the free agency.
Hey, that's what I meant. Yeah, the free agency.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's just hop into the final match while I'm looking up this, and that we don't have any dead air. The final match, on paper was a Titanic battle. It was Lon Harris versus Chance Ellison.
Yeah,
and sorry, what was that, Snark?
The marquee matchup.
Exactly. And Ben had asked me when the match was airing, if Chance winning would be an upset. I think at this point in Chance's career, I don't think any win's an upset for him. Mm-hmm. I think he's past that point personally.
No. I meant if Lon beats Chance.
Oh,
then
yes, that one probably would have been more considered an upset based on the way that Lon's been playing lately. Yeah. And yeah, as we saw in this match, that unlucky streak has continued because he was TKO'd.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And Lon looked good against McWeeny. It's just Chance had the same almost. He was intense, not the same kind of intensity as Saul.
Yeah.
More of a quiet intensity for Chance, but he meant friggin' business when he came started answering questions today for sure.
Mm-hmm. Hey Leo, if you're still watching, I'm having a hard time finding it. Can you put into the comment section who it was that was picked up by who was it we were looking for? The Finstock Exchange?
Yeah. No, for the dungeon, there was an FCL guy. There's typically
right. Oh yes, no. I was looking at Finstock Exchange. I did find the dungeon one. Just give me a second.
Right.
They tweet so much from that account.
I know.
Yeah.
Almost there. Gerald Battaglia.
Okay, right.
I do not know who he is because I actually have not watched any of the First Class League just because there is way too much content I'm having a hard time keeping up with as it is.
I've watched more of the after shows than I have of the actual matches.
So you're familiar with this gentleman then?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. Well, that throws that out there. But anyways, back to the marquee match. Yeah, I don't think anybody saw this going down the way it went. Lon kind of got shafted there in the second round. First spin, he gets the same category as Chance, Eddie Murphy. Then he spins it again, and it lands on DreamWorks. He spins away from that, and it lands on DreamWorks again.
Yeah.
And right there, you knew he was done.
Yeah.
But I do want to say I did catch something that the same question was asked in both singles matches. I don't know if anybody else caught that.
I know that there was 2 over the hedge questions.
That's the one I'm referring to. Yeah, one was in the DreamWorks category, and one was just in plain animated, and it was literally I want to say I'm like 95% sure it was the exact same question, wording and all.
This is that happened before as well, and stuff like that, which is fine if they're tape matches and stuff like that, as long as it's not going to the same competitor.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I said, they're both in different categories, so I mean it's not really that big a deal, but it's just something I picked up on. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, for Over the Hedge.
Yeah.
Over the Hedge.
Which I've seen once, and it was a fun movie, but it's nothing to it's not Citizen Kane.
What?
You're kidding. I love that movie.
What, Over the Hedge?
Never seen it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I would recommend it. It's just if you want a good, cute, cheap DreamWorks laugh, but yeah, it's not the most memorable movie.
If I've gone this long without seeing it, chances are.
Yeah, you probably won't.
I'm
There's
not
still hope for you.
School by saying.
Yeah, there's still hope for you, man.
I'm not seeing it.
There's still hope for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, the jury's still out, to be honest. So yes, Ben, what highlights did you stick out to you from this match? Other than Lon absolutely breaking Harloff to the point where he had to duck off camera twice. That was great.
Why don't you explain that moment?
Well, basically, Lon just came on and said, I'm pretty sure that was the real Boss Baby, and just Harloff just lost it. Like, I've never seen him during a match just duck out of camera view so he could laugh. It was great.
I thought that Chance cemented his role as a heel by when Lon answered Colbert for the voice of Tim's dad, and Chance says it was actually the far superior Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel? Like,
yeah.
Kimmel?
You know what?
But he's no Stephen Colbert.
No, I'd go if we're talking the political pundit Colbert. Yes, he's heads and above everyone else.
Yeah.
If you're going the late show Colbert, yeah, I would give it to Kimmel. If you're going based on just the late night, if you're going on the late night show, now keep in mind I haven't really watched anything since the pandemic, so I don't know what they're doing. But I'm going based on the old style. I would say Kimmel.
Everybody just complains about presidents.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, you're caught up.
Yeah, that's what my Twitter is. So that's what I see most of the day.
Yeah, I'm just not Conan the best, so whatever.
Right, but Conan's now done, so you can't use him in the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Is he really done?
Yeah, his last episode's coming up soon.
He's going to be doing something different for HBO, kind of a weekly variety kind of show and stuff like that.
Well, basically, he wasn't getting the ratings, so he went from 5 days a week to 1 day a week.
It was half an hour.
It was half an hour, just a conversation like this.
Yeah. So you can do a little bit more with HBO. You can get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what a rated R Conan O'Brien could look like.
I can't wait.
Since they put the masturbating bear on a PG network, so we'll see what he can do with the HBO.
I can't wait because honestly, Conan when he was on NBC was the best.
Yeah.
I love this bit. I love his Rocker Texas Ranger bit where he would just randomly pull the lever and like a clip would air from Walker. And the best one was it was a clip that Walker wasn't even in, but there was this kid standing up on like a high bookcase. And there's an adult below him says, "You can jump, but don't worry, I will catch you." So the kid's like, "Okay." So he lets go and he falls backward, and the guy steps out of the way. And I remember they cut back to Coney's like, "What the hell was that?" Like, what? Like, he killed the kid.
So good.
Anyways, we should probably get back to the match at hand. Ben, what were some of the highlights that you wrote down from the match?
Well, in round one of them had perfect score, but only Chance got the
That's correct. And it was the question, what was the film that Christopher Nolan was nominated for his only Best Director? I thought it was Deception.
Inception.
I thought that was the one.
Yeah, I knew Dunkirk just because I've hung around in training sessions enough to know that that question comes up a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, but I do agree with Chance. It should have been for The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, or The Prestige. But that's a personal favorite.
Yeah. And then Chance got like you said, Chance got Eddie Murphy, not that out of a park really easily.
Great category. I don't think I did not miss a question in that category.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like The Holy Man and all those things, you nailed those too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Holy Man is one of those movies, I've never seen it, but it came out at the time when I was frequenting the video stores, so I saw a lot of promotional material for it.
It has a good one.
Yeah, and that's why I knew it was, because I'd seen some scenes with them in there. But surprisingly, this match and the IG match, I actually did pretty good watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never even thought of Holy Man. There was another Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, it was Bowfinger.
No, Bowfinger I've seen a bunch of times.
Yeah. This one, I will agree with you, Leo. That one is really obscure. I did not know he was in that. I did not know that was a movie, an Eddie Murphy movie.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's one of those ones. Like I thinking back on it, like having time to think since I heard the question, I do remember it coming out, but it's not one. It's just not one that sticks for you, right?
Never in my life have heard of that movie.
Yeah,
was it out in theaters, or was it?
It was in theaters, and I believe the reason I had heard about it was because it was a movie talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that was easily the most obscure one. I did okay. So yeah, now I'm mistaken. That's actually the one question I missed because I didn't know the movie.
Right. Like when I hear Eddie Murphy, I go, whoa, maybe they'll talk about The Golden Child or something like that, or even like when I think obscure Eddie Murphy movie, I think of like Boomerang or something like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that is a very obscure movie.
They went hard for those ones, and he, good on him. He fucking nailed those ones.
Yeah, he totally did. Yeah, it was a great category, that's for sure.
Yeah, and poor Lon, like that first question or whatever, it's like what 2019 movie or whatever is about the Yeti returning to his family, stuff like that.
I can see how that one is because it's like the Deep Impact Armageddon thing. They came out at the same time, right? So which one's which?
Right, like, but he says like Smallfoot. I don't remember that at all.
I haven't seen either of them, but I remember Smallfoot because I remember seeing the posters in the theaters.
Right. Yeah, when he read it, I thought maybe it was like the missing link movie or something.
No, I think. Yeah, I want to see when that came up. Smallfoot. See which was in there. Yeah, I do remember seeing the poster in theaters because it was only just a couple years ago. Yeah, that's the one that's got Channing Tatum, James Corden. Oh, Jesus. Do you remember that stupid thing going around the internet a couple years ago where Zendaya is Michi?
No.
There was a lot of people that in our space that we follow where it's like obsessed with this thing. Somebody put this viral video out there where it was like they're saying Zendaya is Michi, which is her character's name. It was this really stupid viral thing that went down a couple years ago.
Oh.
This is where that came from, but it's also got Common in the cast, LeBron James, Danny DeVito. Like, this is a stacked cast. Trisha Heaton, Jack Quaid. Wow.
Well,
Yeah, quite the cast. And what was the other one? Abominable?
Abominable was the one that it was.
Yeah.
But I think I've heard of Abominable before. But yeah, I had no idea that.
Compared to the other one, this one has got nobody. Like, it's got Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Sarah Paulson, Eddie Izzard, and Michelle Wong. Those are like the only names I recognize on the list.
Well, these question writers, they're getting it. They know what they're doing, I guess, man.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
And there was one question, I got it because of it was a context clue that just kicked me. Like it was like a bell went off. I got it just based on that clue. I just wish I could remember what question it was, because the last part of the clue was actually a famous quote from the movie.
Oh,
it was worded into the question, and it was like, wish I could remember what question that was.
Yeah, I have no idea. What did you think of the?
Oh, it was the Armageddon question.
Oh yeah,
it was the Armageddon question because the way it worded it, they used Billy Bob Thornton's quote when he answered what the damage is. They used part of that quote in the question.
Was that in the lawn match, or was that in the?
That was in the Griffey Newman's match. Yeah,
the Griffey Newman.
Yeah, because I remember it's like
good on him for not going to multiple choice for that one, eh? Just sticking with it. You know it's going to be 50-50 chance.
Exactly.
Yeah, one of the two.
He picked the superior one. But I actually want to go back to that match for a second because there's something I do want to give Bancroft credit for. With his 5-pointer, that's game strategy. He took his time. He even took his board and he wrote down his answers. That's how you work your way through a question. I want to commend him on that.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Exactly. But yeah, back to the main event. Yeah, man, Lon got screwed. That would end up giving away a steal, and then Chance went perfect in his round, and that was all she wrote.
2 steals.
Yeah,
that's hard. Like, DreamWorks is that would be my absolute friggin' nightmare. If you were to spin, if I was to spin DreamWorks or animation, it was like,
well, that category there would be a few multiple choices on my end.
Well, that's all it would be.
Yeah, because I mean, Pixar I can do. Pixar and in general I could do, but DreamWorks I've seen, but I've not seen a lot.
I think the only one I've seen, Shrek.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen The Incredibles.
That's Pixar.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah, for all those computer ones, that's it. Yeah, I don't see any cartoons.
Yeah, DreamWorks has the Madagascar franchise, which is so good. It's got the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, which I know you.
I might have seen that one and the Meatball movie.
Yes, and Caught You with a Chance of Meatballs I watched a couple weeks ago. Oh God, still holds up. Such a great movie. But yeah, there's the Croods, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, which actually was really good. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually impressed by that. Prince of Egypt.
As a kid, I loved Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, me too. The movie wasn't that great, but me too. Used to like to watch them. They've definitely got some, good movies. But I mean, yeah, if you put them against Pixar all the way. I agree with Vaughn on that.
I would never even be able to tell which one's which. Honestly, I wouldn't know which one. Pixar is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Right.
And DreamWorks.
Spielberg? Is that Spielberg's thing?
DreamWorks is Spielberg. Yeah.
Right.
Or is he found that? Hold on.
How would I believe it?
He was originally in '94. It was Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, and music executive David
Geffen. And then that changed to DreamWorks, right?
Yeah, DreamWorks SKG, and then became DreamWorks, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if Spielberg still has a share in it.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
At the end of the day, he's doing okay.
Pretty much. I mean, he's at the point now where he's making a movie based on his life.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for that.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's still.
They doing like how they made Jaws or something like that?
No, it's him as a kid.
I'd rather see how he made Jaws. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, well, there actually is a really good fan-made documentary that you can find on the Blu-ray about that. It's cool. What's it called? The Shark is Still Not Working. Yeah.
I got to see that movie when I was 5 years old because my dad ran a resort, so it had pay-per-view channels, and I watched a shark movie. And I will still, to this day, get the shivers just going into a lake. Never mind an ocean.
That's how I feel after watching Child's Play at 3 with dolls. That's how I feel the same way with dolls.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the movie now. You take the merchandise as far away from me as possible. And that translated to a fear of taxidermies and wax museums.
Wax museums are creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the uncommon valley thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, when you look in the eyes, like whenever people like call shitty thing like shitty CGI on humans, they call it the uncanny valley because the eyes are lifeless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I go into those places, just because they're awake, they look real, but there's no life, and it just creepy as all hell.
There's no life for now.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Ben. What?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. Yeah, but you're
You
not
kind of
dead.
have an uncommon valley.
Yeah, nice try. Yeah, you still got life in your eyes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, was there anything else from this week that you guys wanted to touch up on? Because the matches were good, but in all honesty, it was just a pretty straightforward week. We didn't have any cutscenes. We didn't have anything story related. We didn't have anything.
We had one thing. We had the return to the desk.
That's right.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that. Dave wanted to talk about it. Yeah, he's making his first appearance in season 8 of the Schmoedown as the pit boss, Ken Knapsack. And he's honestly right where he belongs, behind the desk.
It's where he always should have been. Yeah. And unfortunately, you could tell that him and Alice are great together and always have been great. It was when I first started watching the Schmoedown, it was my favorite thing. Knapsack on the desk and Alice doing the commentary. Mm-hmm. It's the marquee matchup for me to have those two on the desk. I thought that they never should have taken them off and stuff like that. They shouldn't have done all this other stuff, but whatever.
Which I understand why they put him in there because of his wrestling background and stuff like that. But he belongs more on the desk.
He knows the flow of how it should be going and stuff like that. And plus, just the banter. They're funny together. They make it interesting to watch. Now today, or when I watched it, was it? When did it come out? Yesterday?
That match was yesterday's match. Yeah.
You could tell he was a step slower. He hasn't been on the desk for a while and stuff like that.
Well, we had seen him. Oh God, we haven't seen him in the Schmoedown in like 7 months, maybe.
Yeah, but just on the desk. But
it's been. Yeah, you're right. It's been a lot longer on the desk. I think. Yeah, once it went to digital, he didn't do any desk work. I don't think.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but I mean, what I would like to see, it's not going to happen based on what I said earlier, but like personally, I would like to see Knapsack and Makuga call a match. The afternoons, guys.
Sure.
Because they got great. Them and Ellis have great chemistry together, so I think it would be fun to see them call a match.
I think the problem would be them going on a tangent, just running over, forgetting to call.
Well, that's why I think it would be better in like an exhibition match where it doesn't mean anything.
I wouldn't involve Ellis and Guy. I think that's really good.
Yes, I do think Guy is because he has that experience, right? Because he I don't know if he still does it, but he was doing that Casino Royale thing.
Yeah, Battle Royale.
And he was a commentator for it. Yeah, something Royale. Guy has been a really great addition to the desk this year. But no, with Knapsack, it was great to see him call the match, and I love his humor. Like that's basically me in like 10 years.
That's what it. Yeah, I wish it would have just stayed the same. I don't understand why Harloff is still doing this. Harloff should be more just in the back.
I agree.
Stuff like that. I guess we have to worry about paying them, but.
And yes, I agree, Leo. This would be a great combo to see. I really do think it would be fun to watch. But I honestly think they're trying out all these different commentators so Harloff could take a step back.
Yeah, he should.
He's made it known that if he could, he would bring Gilmore there to take his role on air.
And is that what the FCL is there for Gilmore as well or whatever? Yeah. So Harloff can be in the gorilla seat and just make
exactly, which I think is where he needs to be because right now digitally there's just too much going on. Don't get me wrong, I do love Christian. I don't want to see him leave the announce desk, but I think when the studio sessions come back, I think that he should try to transition back there just so he can focus on one thing. A lot of these guys, they've been doing it for a long time, so you know that they can get the product out So I think it's time for him to step back like Vince McMahon did after a while.
So with the announcements this week on SEN about maybe,
and that's right. Yes, we did have Steph on the desk last week too. She's been on a few times.
They're going to be stuff up this coming up or whatever. I don't think for next year. I don't know if it's another anarchy style thing. I don't know if it's another like the nuclear option thing or whatever.
Yeah, Ben, you watched that episode, didn't you? Where Harloff talked about the changes.
Yeah, he mentioned he had something big planned. He wouldn't say what it is, but he said every 2 years he's thinking of ways of changing it up. And then he meant 2 years.
That's right.
Since the nuke.
Well, so what could you do then to change it up? Because, I mean, we already did the whole faction thing.
I don't know.
I don't think he likes having that many players. I don't think he likes having, a dozen players each or whatever, almost 100 players.
Yeah.
There's just not the matches for it.
He didn't say it's going to look.
Which change want to do get into the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I can't quite put my finger because I know he draws a lot of inspiration from wrestling. So I'm sitting here trying to think like what would work. The only thing I can think of is an invasion angle.
Yeah,
but how would you do that?
With the FCL?
Yeah. Because I could see that happening at some point down the line, but that's like, who would you have invade? FCL would be fine, but they're not marquee.
There's something you're not talking about that everybody forgot about.
Schmoedown? Yeah, I can see that come to a close this year. Maybe that might be the impetus for the big shakeup.
Yeah.
Something that's along the lines of things we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Where they start things and then they just kind of put it on a shelf and forget about it. And
well, a lot of the time it's not because of that. It's because the outcome of the match didn't go the way the story dictated. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So.
And I'm guessing, pure guess, I might be wrong. I think Hall of Fame closer to getting a studio than we think.
I think he has it already, just you can't get in there.
Right.
I think he's had it for a while. It's just COVID.
Yeah. And now, thankfully, everything's opening up again, hopefully soon.
Yes, sir. Wow. Okay, I just saw the change there, Sark. And what's funny is, Ben, I changed yours like half an hour ago, and you never noticed.
Oh, well,
I did that right after you said it.
Hashtag Friday Queen.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a comment. Who do you think Griffin Newman will face next?
Who's got 2 wins?
Yeah. Who else has 2 wins?
Well, there's a few players with 2 wins, but a lot of them are going up against each other. There's Marisol, Smith.
Yeah.
Smith and him would be a fun match. I don't know.
Smith and him would be fun, but he has the number 1 contenders match coming up. So
yeah.
Can't believe Kevin Smith had a number 1 contenders match.
Right? Me neither. Who knew all that pot could help?
So, like, if he wins, can he go for the belt?
No, it's like Jerry Lawler having a pro wrestling heavyweight title match in the lateness of his career. I think Kevin can make it to the title match. I don't think he can win the title match.
Oh no!
Not against these guys.
No.
Now Smith, honestly, I think Smith in the old days.
The only thing I could see is if they do some heel sort of thing where somebody has to agree to the questions or agree to a category or something like that, and it has to be Kevin Smith movies. It's not like that. To
be honest, I think the only way he would have taken it is if it would have been pre-Bateman, before everyone took studying so seriously and they're just playing off the knowledge. I think he could have got a really good chance to win the title there, because that's clearly what he's doing.
I
Merle.
I did thought of something. I just remembered. Going back to the invasion storyline, and that MCL, let's not forget who the current belt holder is in the MCL.
No. I know where you're going. No, there's no way that they would use him for that.
Okay.
There's no way. Klaus is not a character you could take seriously leading an invasion. Just think about that for a second.
Ugh, no.
Yeah. Like, it's weird enough that he has the title. There's no way I could see him. I can see him being part of an invasion, but I can't see him leading an invasion.
Okay. I never do that out there.
Not
anything's possible. Anything's possible. So yeah, any predictions on what we're going to see in the future from Griffin Newman? Like, we didn't really give anybody that we think you could face.
Oh my gosh. Well, chance is going up. They're saying maybe against Snyder next.
Yeah.
Why not the winner of that?
Yeah, the winner of that would definitely be good. I would, you know what? I would put him against Lon. Lon is due for a rebound match, and I think that we could get a good one out of them.
Okay.
Janine?
Yeah. Janine as well, yeah.
Janine's been on a roll.
Yeah.
Stacy?
Yeah, Stacy would be definitely a good one.
Another thing they were saying is that if it's coming to New York, a live event in New York, he's going to play.
Yeah, because that's where he's based, if I'm not mistaken, is New York.
Who else is around there?
Well, you have the Boston Badass, Paige, who around there. Snyder is around there. He's in Mass right now himself.
What about Adam
Perry?
Collins?
Perry's in New York.
What about Adam Collins?
Adam Collins, Massachusetts, yeah. Or I think it's Massachusetts, yeah.
Ohio,
is it Ohio? I just know he's in that part of the
it's not too far. But Adam Collins needs to do a live event.
Oh yeah, he definitely will. He will definitely be on a live event. But I could actually see Griffin and Paige going, not in the main event, but like an undercard.
Yeah, that's definitely, that would be an undercard for sure. It'd be as long as he gets a chance to speak. That's all. He'll have I think it'll be a huge star turn for him as long as he gets the mic.
Of course, yeah, and it's in his hometown. They'll definitely be cheering for him. And just think about it. Like, you have the built-in rivalry there if you were to put him against Paige. New York versus Boston, Rangers versus Bruins, Yankees versus the Red Sox. Like,
you sell it.
Yeah, you could definitely sell it.
Yeah, it'd be the same thing if you had to go up against Snyder or JTE.
Yeah, JT would be another one. Yeah,
I think JTE is back in California now, so I don't know.
Is he? I thought he was in Wisconsin.
I thought he moved, but
he did. He moved to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are our picks. Like, honestly, thinking about it, I think Paige would be the most fun for the built-in storyline right there. Harloff, book it. So yeah, well, that brings us an end to the show. I guess. Is there anything else you guys wanted to discuss before we log off?
I'm good. Talk about Knapsack. That's about it.
Okay. Well, Snark, thank you very much for being on the show again with us. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me. Maybe if the moon turns blue, we'll do another Snark's Midlife Crisis. There's a certain French guy that we'd have to get involved with that.
Yeah.
If not, you'll find me puttering around Winnipeg, feeling sorry for ourselves that we can't open our bar, or once in a while popping up on this show, talking to you guys.
Yeah, here or in the comments. Don't forget those. Your comments out of nowhere. And Ben, what about you?
You guys can find me everywhere at Ben_Radio on Twitter. On every Thursday with Matt here on Hitting the Moves. Every Friday on Recapping the Past. Every Saturday on Get Ready. On the Video Ready YouTube network. And you can also find me on Matt Schmoedown. The Schmoedown show where we're going into players' careers. Tomorrow we're going into Janine the Machine's career.
Yep, and I will be guesting on that episode, filling in for John, who unfortunately is dealing with storm-like weather where he is located. So I'm filling in for him tomorrow. And then myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can find me on all the shows over on the Media Sweaty Network that Ben has mentioned. You can also find me on this channel, every week doing this show either on Fridays or Sundays. You can also find me on Saturdays producing Let's Talk About Star Wars, which is taking a hiatus this week because it's Father's Day weekend, and also Taco's out of town. We'll be back next week for that. So definitely check your subscription feeds for that. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, to our Facebook group, to our Twitter, and same with the Media Sweaties Network, like that over there. And folks, that's the end of the show. We will see you next week. And don't forget, everyone, stay sweaty and smash cancer.